Good morning, everyone. I am Leslie Zimmerman, and I'm so glad to be here with you today. Welcome to our overview of the new and improved e-services. We want you to know that we listened. We listened to your comments and we listened to your suggestions, and we revamped the site. It has a new look and feel and added functionality. Presenting with me today are Dmitry Irnev and Dolores Voya. Rounding out the staff are our subject matter experts here to answer your questions. Today with me, we have Grace Wong, Director of the Refunds Unit, and Tax Auditors Eartha Jackson, Virginia Chen, Knuthia McDavid, and Annette McLean. Today's moderator is Stephanie Gross. A special shout out to my tax rep partner from last year, Roger Blaine, and to Barry Horowitz and the New York State Multi-State and Local Taxes for their useful suggestions and edits. If any of our friends are out there this morning, I expect you to say hi to us in the QA chat. Just some housekeeping. During our presentation, you can ask questions in the QA section of our event. The QA section can be accessed by clicking the icon on the top right of your screen. Clicking the QA icon will bring up the chat screen where you can type in your questions. We will try to respond to your questions at the end of the presentation. If we don't get to answer your questions, we plan to issue an email to everyone who registered with the answers, and we will include email addresses and phone numbers. And now a few words to set the tone from our first Deputy Commissioner, Michael Hyman.
Hello, and welcome to the Department of Finance webinar on the new and improved e-services. My name is Michael Hyman. I am the first Deputy Commissioner of the Department of Finance. We hope you will enjoy the new e-services features that you will learn about today. Our goal is to improve the user experience and make it easier than ever for you to do business with us. Today, you will learn about several upgrades we have made to e-services. These include a new action center that will provide an at-a-glance view of important information and required actions, such as upcoming due dates and return filing, an improved and easier to navigate layout, step-by-step guidance throughout the submission process, eliminating the guesswork, and expanded send us a message features for getting in touch with us. On behalf of our entire agency, thank you for being a customer of the Department of Finance, and welcome to the new and improved e-services. We look forward to serving you for many years to come.
Thank you, Michael. And by the way, for some trivia, this picture on our e-services page was taken from the Audit Division's offices at 375 Pearl. Now, I would like to welcome our Deputy Commissioner of Treasury and Payment Services, Jeffrey Shear, who would like to say a few words.
Good morning. My name is Jeffrey Shear. I am DOF's Deputy Commissioner for Treasury and Payment Services, which includes both the Payment Operations and the Collections Division. And I am very pleased to welcome all of you to this overview of improvements that we have made to the e-services component of our business tax system, or BTS. E-services is the most important part of BTS because it is the part that our customers, including all of you, see and use. The best system architecture and programming mean little if the customers cannot get the information they need and take essential actions such as making payments, filing returns, and getting questions answered. E-Services already has done much to improve the customer experience by letting taxpayers and their representatives see the current status of their accounts rather than having to ask DOF staff to supply basic information over the phone and through mail and email while protecting the privacy of that information. The latest upgrades make e-services even easier to use. For example, the new landing page for e-services not only has that great picture of the East River and the prominent login box, but it also has panels on the bottom that group functions by broad categories such as payment, refunds, and quick actions. The upgraded e-services also includes a brand new feature where you can send us a message. This feature walks representatives quickly through the basic information needed by asking you to select a customer, an account, and a message category and type by displaying applicable list. It also makes it easy for you to include an attachment and confirms when the message has been sent. The standard formatting of account type, message category, and type enables us to quickly route the message to the best DOF person to address your question or concern. I want to thank Leslie Zimmerman and her entire excellent team who will walk you through the details shortly. I also want to thank you for attending today's session and wish you a healthy 2021. We at DOF look forward to a time after this pandemic when we can see all of you in person at a tax wrap or other conference, even if you are asking challenging questions. I now turn the presentation back to Leslie.
Thanks, Jeff. So our current version of e-services is version 10, and we are upgrading to version 12. Version 12 offers a new look and improved functionality. It has a simpler, more responsive design, which adjusts to any size screen, your computer, your tablet, or your cell phone. Here is the Action Center. It is an easy reference for an at-a-glance view of important information and upcoming due dates. You have more flexibility as there are more options available on every screen. No more clicking back to find what you need. And the step-by-step submission processes guide you through from beginning to end. There's a new landing page and it's broken down into two sections, a login section and quick access panels for direct links to many functions. The panel layout with similar functions grouped together for easy use. Let's start with the quick access panels. We've made our most useful functions more easily accessible with a panel layout. Each small panel lists a group of functions you can easily access. You can make or cancel a quick pay payment from here. And you can find your refund here. Use our quick actions like filing a return. And you can request letters or forms such as a voluntary disclosure agreement, which is new to e-services. If you get stuck at any point or have questions, you can always refer to our help section to view frequently asked questions. And if you still are unable to find an answer, you can use the Contact Us link and we will respond as soon as possible. Let's look at the top section of our landing page. You'll still find important dates and information from the department at the top of the page in the Attention section. Checking this banner often will keep you updated on the latest information from finance. Your login section is displayed on the right. You will need a username and password to access e-services. Let's take a look. Are you signing in for the first time? Click on Create One to create a username using our step-by-step sign-up process. Did you forget your username or password? Click the link for help, resetting your username or password. This is a good opportunity for us to see the new step-by-step processes. If you've forgotten your password, it's simple to reset. Fill in your username and the email associated with your profile and select Submit. You'll get a confirmation on your screen and an email will be sent to the email address we have on file. You'll receive that email within a few minutes, including a link to reset your password. This link will bring you to the reset screen. We often hear that when a user with full access leaves the company, They don't pass on their answer to the secret question for password reset. If this happens to you, you can contact us through the Contact Us link on the landing page, and we will help you access e-services. Fill in your new password following the password guidelines and click Submit. You'll immediately receive a message that your password has been reset. Clicking OK brings you back to the e-services landing page. Did you forget your username? Click the link for help. If you've forgotten your username, select the link at the bottom of the screen. To recover your username, fill in the requested information and click Submit. You'll see a confirmation on your screen and shortly thereafter receive an email with the username. You can then log into e-services. Okay, let's log in. If you already have an account registered with e-services, your current username and password will not change. Log in as you normally would. And now I'd like to turn the program over to Dmitry Irnev, who will take you through the home page.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dmitry Irnev, and I'll take you through some of the account-related screens and show you the enhancements that are being implemented with version 12. Once you log in using your username and password, you will arrive at your newly updated homepage. Homepage, just like the landing page, is organized with panels for easy access. Under your customer information, you will find handy tabs for organizing your activities. The first tab, Favorites. This tab is easily customizable and allows you to set up quick views for accounts you frequently work on. Next tab is the Summary tab. It shows all of your accounts at a glance with links to the most common actions. Each account is displayed in its own panel with links specific to each account. The next tab, Action Center, shows you all the important announcements and upcoming actions you will need to attend to, just like the Summary tab. Each tab, Summary tab account will have its own panel with specific outstanding actions. Based on the information provided on this slide, we can see that Alice's Restaurant needs to file a return on a commercial rent tax account and few more things on a corporation tax account. Next in line is the Settings tab, which allows you to update your preferences, such as change your mail delivery to paperless. User can easily choose paperless by clicking on the mail delivery link. Next in line is the Settings tab. To choose paperless, user will need to choose email from list of available options. Keep in mind, these settings can be customized for each account to your preferences. We are always looking for ways to do more for our customers. And if we look inside the last tab called More, we'll see additional tools available to you. Under the More tab, you will find panels for specific actions, such as submission searches, viewing letters, and managing payments and returns. You will also be able to manage name and address changes, request account access to client's account, and view the help options with frequently asked questions. Last but not least, under the More tab, you will have quick actions, such as adding an account, requesting a tax clearance, or a payment plan. And one of the latest tools is to send us a direct message using e-messaging, which Dolores Boyer will talk about next.
Good morning. My name is Dolores Boyer, and I'll be highlighting this new feature. Many of you have already taken advantage of this feature, so let's take a quick tour. Sending a message to finance has never been quicker or easier. This step-by-step process guides you through with minimal typing and clicking. Select Send Us a Message under the Messages panel. The system will automatically show you all customers associated with this eServices profile, or you can choose to ask a non-specific question. Let's choose Alice's Restaurant. Next, you'll choose which account your question is about. Then your category. General account questions, such as questions about returns, payments, or refunds, or collections activities, such as statements of account or payment plans. We've chosen general, so the system now gives us a list of general question types. Carefully choosing your message type will help us help you more quickly and efficiently. Here, you can add the details of your inquiry. Would you like to add an attachment? Choose Add at the bottom right of your screen. The system will ask you to choose your attachment from your files, add a description, and select OK. You'll see that your attachment has been successfully added. Click Submit, and your message will be sent. You'll see a notice in eServices and receive an email verifying that your message has been sent. eServices will send you an email when there's a reply to your message. Log in to eServices to view the response. From there, you can view, reply, or archive your message. One great advantage of Send Us a Message is that all of your correspondence with finance will remain associated with your customer within eServices, where it's readily available and easily accessed. Thank you. Leslie? Let's go over some dates to remember. Friday, January 22nd, tomorrow, BTS and eServices will be shutting down at 5:30 p.m. Any submissions not completed before this time will not be saved, so be sure to complete your submissions by tomorrow at 5:30. Leslie?
Thank you. And on Saturday and Sunday, we are going to be testing the output, so both BTS and eServices will be down. But on Monday morning, 6 a.m., looking forward to you helping us as we roll out the new eServices. Send us a message and go paperless are exciting new features in eServices for 2021. And coming soon, video tutorials for many of the most common functions. So don't forget to log in and explore starting Monday, January 25th. Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate all you do for us, and looking forward to seeing you again in the not too distant future. For now, I'm turning this over to Stephanie Gross in order to take some questions from our QA section. Stephanie?
Thank you, Leslie. So my name is Stephanie Gross. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Joining us is a team of expert city tax auditors, Eartha Jackson, Annette McLean, Virginia Chin, Kanuthia McDavid, and you can call her Kiki, as well as our Director of Refunds, Grace Wong. So you submitted questions when you registered for today's webinar. We want to thank you again for these thoughtful questions. So we're going to answer some of them for you today. For those that have been entering questions in the live Q&A, we're trying to keep up, and we really appreciate those questions as well. For any questions we do not get to answer during this webinar, we will reply to you via email with the answers to all the questions submitted. So let's get started. When logging into eServices, if I forgot my secret question, what should I do? Kiki?
Good morning, everyone. If you have forgotten the answer for the secret question that you set up when you signed up for eServices, please feel free to contact us at the Business Contact Center by dialing 311. And if you are outside of the New York City area, you can dial 212 New York, which is 212-639-9675, and you will be connected to 311. Once you are connected to an operator, you should ask to speak with us by requesting to be transferred to the Department of Finance Business Contact Center. And once you're connected to us, we will be able to assist you with resetting your password and helping you log in.
Thanks, Kiki. So I filed my extension on time. Why was it deemed invalid? Eartha?
Good morning. The requirement for a valid New York City extension are as follows. First, it has to be timely filed. This application should be filed no later than 2.5 months after the year end for the S Corp and UBT partnership, or 3.5 months after the year end for C Corp and UBT individuals. The second criteria is a properly estimated tax. This includes estimated payments and any payments made with the extension. A properly estimated tax must be either A, not less than 90% of the current year's tax, or B, not less than 100% of the previous taxable year if that year consisted of 12 months. After fulfilling these criteria, you will receive an automatic extension of 6 months after the due date for the filing of your completed tax return. A corporate taxpayer that has received an automatic 6 months extension may request up to 2 additional 3 months extension by filing the New York City EXT.1. A UBT taxpayer may not request an additional extension. If a corporation ceases before the period end, a final return or an extension must be filed on or before the 15th day after the date that the corporation ceases. Finance will not grant an extension to a taxpayer that fails to meet all these requirements. If the tax return for which the extension was requested is filed after the due date, the department may assess late penalties and interest. If the taxpayer has obtained a valid automatic extension, only interest will be charged on any balance due with the return. Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Eartha. Great answer. So the next question. I made a Fedwire payment or ACH and it hasn't been processed. How do I fix this? Annette?
Good morning. Annette seems to be having some technical difficulties. Common issues with Fedwire payments is that we need the correct confirmation information from the bank. The process is as follows. Fedwire and ACH require your bank to initiate the payment and notify us of an incoming wire payment. You need to notify your bank that you wish to make a wire transfer to finance. Give them our bank information and ADA number, which are, get a pencil ready, the account number 009355930,443. I'll repeat that in case you didn't get your pencil ready in time. 009355930,443. And the ADA number is 026-009-593. Again, 026-009-593. Now, don't worry if you didn't get that down. We will send it to you in our after meeting email. Once the wire is complete, you will be given a confirmation number by the institution. Log on to your eServices account and select the tax type, year, and then select Make a Payment. Please be careful to select the appropriate payment type between Fedwire or ACH credit. In the applicable box, enter the wire confirmation number. Please note that if you enter your bank account number, a payment cannot be transmitted. Many customers have done this before, and we'd like to make that very clear to you. It's the finance account number, which I stated earlier, that you need to enter. To make a payment from your bank account, choose ACH debit.
Thanks, Dolores. So next question, during COVID, I didn't pay a full year rent. How do I file my commercial rent taxes? Virginia?
Good morning, everyone. So if a commercial rent taxpayer defers its rent payment or does not pay rent in any period in which it is required to pay rent, the commercial rent tax statute requires the taxpayer to include the deferred rent or rent that remains unpaid in its base rent computation. However, if a landlord abates a commercial rent taxpayer's rent so that the taxpayer is no longer required to pay the rent for a period, the commercial rent tax statute does not require the taxpayer to include the abated rent or rent that is no longer owed in its base rent computation for that period.
Thanks, Virginia. I'm trying to file a commercial rent tax on eServices, and I'm getting an error message. What do I do? Dolores, you want to take this one?
Sure thing. You will not be able to submit a return if you do not fill out the small business tax credit form. To make this correction, return to the premises page of the return and check on box 17's link. This will allow you to complete the credit information. Stephanie?
Yeah, thank you. All right, next question is in reference to CMVT, commercial motor vehicle tax. So I surrendered my plate. Do I still owe for the CMVT? Dimitri?
Yes, hi. This will depend on when you surrendered the plate. Plates that are surrendered prior to the due date of June 20th will have charges reversed. Plates that are surrendered past the due date of June 20th will be liable for the yearly tax due. There is no proration for early termination. Keep in mind that you could manage your plates online, and with version 12 enhancements, manage your plates link is now conveniently located on your account panel.
Great. Okay, how do I qualify for the small business tax credit? Virginia?
So in order to qualify for the small business tax credit, you must meet both the income and rent factor. Total income must be less than 10 million, and base rent before rent reduction must be at least 250,000, but less than 550,000. However, you will receive a sliding scale credit against the tax if total income is more than 5 million, but less than 10 million, and or if the base rent before rent reduction is 500,000, but less than 550,000.
Thanks, Virginia. So the next question I have, I can't find the New York City 300 form. How do I file it?
An NYC 300 form is only submitted when the mailing your payment. If using eServices from the drop-down menu, select mandatory installment as the payment type. Please note that if you are a C Corp required to make a mandatory first installment payment, it must be a separate payment made by the required due date. Prior year overpayments cannot be credited until the return is filed, which will not be timely.
Thanks, Dimitri. So how do I change our address in my account? Kiki?
Hello. So if you need to update the address of your account, you can simply log into eServices, and from the home page, you would select the More tab that is located at the end of the row of tabs that are displayed. And then you would navigate to the Name and Addresses panel, which should be the second panel on the second row. And that's, of course, if you have a full window displayed. It may be different on a tablet or a phone. You would then select the Manage Name and Addresses link. And once that is selected, you will be redirected to a new page, which is titled Name and Addresses. And there you can select the Addresses tab, and you can update the primary address, the billing address, and you can even update the address for specific tax accounts if you happen to have to file and pay for two different types of accounts.
Thanks, Kiki. So last year, due to COVID, filing due dates were changed. Are there any plans to change the filing due dates this year? Dolores?
At this time, all payments and returns are due as normal on the stated due dates. We will be updating the eServices portal if and when we have any new information.
Great. So how do I obtain a clearance letter for my medallion plate? Dimitri?
With version 12, you can now request a tax clearance letter directly from your account by viewing your quick actions under the More tab explained earlier. Clearance letter can also be obtained by visiting eServices and submitting a request from the homepage under the Services tab.
Great. So how do I request abatement of penalty for the underpayment penalty? Eartha?
Unlike late penalties that can be abated due to reasonable cause, underpayment penalty is not discretionary and therefore not subject to this consideration. Once assessed, the only recourse available to adjust this penalty is to file a NYC 222/221. Form NYC 222-221 will enable taxpayers to determine if they paid the correct amount of estimated tax by the proper due date. There are several exceptions on this form that avoids this penalty. Completing this form will let you know if the penalty should be adjusted based on an exception. This form can also be attached to your tax return at the time of filing for preemptive action to avoid billing if an exception is met. Thank you.
Thanks, Eartha. Is there any plan to incorporate audit tracker or requesting legal opinions on eServices for clients? Dolores?
At this time, we're not aware of any plans to include this, but if we receive any information from our audit or legal departments, we'll pass it along. Excuse me. In the meantime, if you have any audit-related questions, put them in the chat and we will answer them or move them to the appropriate division.
Great. So how do I make a payment without having to log in? Dolores?
This is a really good question, and it gives us a chance to highlight a new feature that we're adding to eServices. Coming soon, there will be tutorials produced by us for most of our most popular features. Dimitri is going to load one of these tutorials for our quick pay function. This will give you an idea of what's coming up and the types of things that we will be able to help you with without having to give us a call or send us an email.
NYC eServices tutorials. Quick Pay. This tutorial will walk you through the Quick Pay process. Quick Pay allows you to pay a bill without first creating an eServices username. Along with an official bill, please have your banking or credit card information handy. Quick Pay menu option is located under the Payments panel on the home page. Click on Make a Payment Quick Pay to start the process. For additional payment options, you will be given the opportunity to sign in or sign up. Continue with the Quick Pay link to make a payment without logging in. You must have an official bill in order to make a Quick Pay payment. You may pay any eligible bill received within the past year. Once you have the official bill, banking or credit card information handy, click Next to continue. Select your payment type. Indicate that you are paying a bill and click Next to continue. Verify your bill information. Enter the letter ID of the bill you have handy. If you are making a real property transfer tax RPTT payment, enter your CRFN or document ID. Click Next to continue. Enter your payment details. Select the payment type and enter your payment amount. Click Next to continue. Enter your contact information. Provide a contact name, email, phone number, and address. Click Next to continue. Enter the e-check payment information. Provide your bank account and routing number. Confirm your payment amount. Click Submit to complete your payment. You will be asked to confirm the amount again. Click OK to complete the payment. A confirmation page will follow. Click on Printable View to print the confirmation details. Click OK to be redirected to the home page. Please note the following. Confirm the transaction. This is only a payment request. It is your responsibility to review your bank statement to confirm that this transaction was successful. Amend the payment. If you want to make a change, it is not too late. While the payment is still pending, you can use the email and confirmation code to cancel the payment.
Great. Thank you so much, Dimitri, for showing that quick pay tutorial. We do have plans to create more tutorials. We're definitely hoping to use some of these great questions we've received to think of new tutorials that we can make that can help answer your questions. One question received, I just wanted to share with everyone. This is being recorded. We will make the recording available. We do see some have had technical difficulties with their sound. And of course, we do apologize if that was on our end, but we believe sharing the recording, you'll be able to watch it over and of course, keep in touch with us with other questions you have. And now we have some refund related questions with our Director of Refunds, Grace Wong. So Grace, how do I find out the status of my refund?
Good morning, everyone. Finding out the status of your refund is very easy. As noted earlier in the presentation, you can use the Where's My Refund link on the page, and you don't even have to log in to get this information. All you have to do is select the account type and fill in a few pieces of information, including either the EIN, the SSN, the type of return that the type of account you're asking for, and the dollar amount. If you don't know the dollar amount, you can also use the email feature and email us to get that information.
Great. How can I get a stale refund check reissued?
In order to get a stale dated refund check reissued, you can just use the new email feature. You can email us, and
easiest way is if you have a copy of the check, you can attach that check to us and we'll know which check that you're asking us to reissue. But you can also provide the check information in the body of the message by including key information such as the check number, the amount of the check, and also the date of the check. So we can either issue a replacement check, but even faster, we can also issue you a direct deposit or an ACH deposit into your account. And all you have to do is just provide us with your ACH routing number and your account number, and we can reissue the check as a direct deposit instead of doing a check.
Okay. Now, I received a refund check, but would rather apply it to my account. What do I need to do?
Again, similar to the last question, all you have to do is send us an email through the messaging feature. And again, if you want to attach a copy of the check, that would be the easiest. But you can also, again, provide us with the key check information, such as the amount of the check and the check number, and we can look it up in our system. We can go ahead and cancel and void the refund and then credit that amount back to the account.
And you might have answered this, Grace, but does the agency do electronic refunds?
Yes, we do, and we actually do encourage people to use direct deposit or electronic refunds. That gets your refund to you faster. So normally you would make that choice when the return is filed. You would either pick a paper check or a direct deposit. If you've already filed it and you asked for a paper check and you would like direct deposit instead, you can always email us. And if we have not processed the refund yet, we can change it into a direct deposit. Again, we would need your ACH routing number and the account number, and we can go ahead and proceed with that request.
Okay, great.
I see a lot of questions asking us a very basic question about how do we get to e-services. We posted the URL in the Q&A, but I would like to announce it for the others who are listening. It's a very short URL, so get your pencils ready again. And you would go to www.nyc.gov/e-services. It's all one word. There's no hyphen. E-S-E-R-V-I-C-E-S. So I'll say that again. It's www.nyc.gov/e-services.
Another question we received is how can we make sure our email address and our registration list will receive any written responses to questions posted on this presentation? We will refer to this list of Q&As right after this presentation, and the questions that we did not get to will be responded and emailed to everybody on the list. So if your email is on the list, you will get a response.
Great. Thanks, Dimitri. Thanks, Dolores. And a thank you to everyone who has attended, who has asked questions, to our terrific team. So we have your emails based on your registration, but if you like us to contact you any other way, you can also give us that as well. We're going to share a link, as Dolores just said, to our e-services. So we just want to thank you all so much for coming. We can't wait to see you hopefully next time in person. Until then, be safe, and thank you again.